Right, it's 9:18. We're headed down into the cellar where the doors just opened on its own. Give us a sign that you want to communicate with us. Nothing.
What are you guys?
Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
There's someone here that would like to talk to you.
There's something horrible happening in my house.
It's November 1st, 1971. I'm sitting here with Carolyn Perrin, who, with her family, has been experiencing supernatural occurrences. You picking up anything in here, hon?
Something awful happened here, Ed.
What is it? Whatever Lorraine sees, feels, touches, it takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You have a lot of spirits in here, but there's the one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful. We have to get out of here.
That's not gonna help.
This thing has latched itself to your family.
They never seen nothing like this.
I'm coming with you.
No way, I can't lose you.
There's a lady in a dirty nightgown that I see in my dreams. She's standing in front of my mom's bed. Do you want to see him?
Yeah?
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you. Look what she made me do.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hatchet Boys. My name is P. Rich, and today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing The Conjuring, 2013 supernatural horror film, directed by James Wan, and written by Chad Hayes and Corey W. Hayes. Basically, the story is like based on the actual Ed and Lauren, or Lorraine Warren, paranormal investigators. And so it basically just tells the story of this one case in 1971 in Rhode Island on a farmhouse. So basically, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga stars as Ed and Lorraine Warren. And so the story goes like in 1968, demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren are investigating the Annabelle case, in which friends Debbie and Camilla say they have a possessed doll. They explain that after they contacted a medium, they allowed the spirit, who claimed to be the 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, who died in the apartment, to possess the doll. Unable to get rid of the doll as the hauntings become more disturbing, Debbie and Camilla decide to desperately reach out to Ed and Lorraine. The Warrens then explain how the doll was never really possessed and was like just a demonic spirit that manipulated Debbie and Camilla so that it could eventually take over their bodies. Man, it's great, man. Like that first scene there. Well, yeah, the whole movie's great. I'll get into that, but yeah, yeah. So after that, that Annabelle doll's fucking freaky looking too. But anyways, so 3 years later in 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perrin move into a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, with their 5 daughters: Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Sydney, and April, and their dog. And Sadie refuses to enter the house, and the entrance to the cellar has been boarded up. Paranormal events occur within the first first few nights being there. And it's like every night at, what was it, like 3:07 in the morning or something. Some weird shit goes on. And Sadie is found dead in the morning. Their dog, the dog's name is Sadie. So the dog knew something was up. It didn't want to go inside the house at all. And pets, I find, like, animals can sense those things, right? They have senses that we don't have. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the dog ends up dead, anyways. And Carolyn wakes up with large bruises, and she and Christine both encounter like a malevolent spirit. Like, it's fucking creepy looking, man. This fucking spirit, man. Anyway, so Carolyn contacts the Warrens, who meet with her and agree to conduct an initial investigation, during which Lorraine and they like sees that the dark forces have latched onto the Perrin family, and leaving the house will not free them, because they want to leave the house. And Lorraine's like, by leaving it'll just follow you. So it's like basically attached to them, and they have to like get a fucking exorcism in the house to get rid of this nasty ass demonic spirit, man. And it is freaky looking. Like that one part where I forget her name, but the little girl sees it up on the dresser or whatever it is. And yeah, man, it just freaky. It does take its time to build up, I find, in this movie, and it's great, man. It's actually great. Yeah. So anyways, yes, so they're trying to get a priest to do an exorcism, but the father, Gordon, explains that the approval would have to come directly from the Vatican. And because the Perrin family are not members of the church, the Warrens' daughter Judy is attacked in the Warrens' own home by Bathsheba. I think is the spirit's name, Bathsheba. And the Perrin family takes refuge at a motel, but Carolyn takes Christine and April back to the house to kill them. Yeah, she's possessed now. Carolyn, yeah, she's possessed, and that scene's great too, man. When that fucking freaky ass witch spirit, man. Yeah, she like grabs a hold. Well, you can see like bruises start going on Carolyn's arm, and then she like the spirit like holds her down and like pukes up blood into her mouth, and then she ends up possessed. Gets possessed, yeah, by that witch spirit, and this witch spirit, so she like hung herself, and she like cursed the land, like so whoever goes on that land is gonna be like cursed by her demonic spirit, man, and so like previously, like I don't know, like how many years before, but like all these families end up like dead, and or they like kill the kids and then kill themselves, and it's the witch possessing the one person to kill their kids and then fucking kill themselves. It's great, man. I really enjoy it, and this is supposedly a true story. I know there's a lot of controversy against the Warren, like that they were just all full of shit and whatnot. But I mean, maybe not. Like it's hard to say. But anyways, so Ed and Laureen and Brad find Carolyn in the cellar trying to stab Christine. And Laureen warns that if they take Carolyn outside the house, that witch Bathsheba will kill her. They tie Carolyn to the chair, and Ed attempts the exorcism. And I mean, there's a lot of rip-offs of Exorcists over the years, and none of them can even come close to the fucking Exorcist, besides the Exorcist, the third one. I mean, like, but like, it wasn't trying to like be the Exorcist, but I mean, it was the third sequel in the Exorcist series or whatever. But that movie's fucking awesome on its own, man. And it's great. Not as scary as the first one, but it still does its job, and it's a great movie, man. I love Exorcist 3. And anyway, so I would have to say, like, this movie is like fucking like up there with The Exorcist, to be honest. Like, and yeah, that's what they're like going for in this scene, is like basically like, and yeah, I mean, it is like, it's not as like vulgar and like all that shit like in The Exorcist, but I find it kind of does resemble a lot of The Exorcism in this part. But it's great though, man. I always liked it. I do like it. Yeah, it's great. It's kind of creepy in some scenes, and in that third act, it is, and it's good too, man. Because once she's like strapped to this chair, and then she levitates up and then flips upside down, and once you see her, she's kind of freaky looking, but nothing like Reagan from the first Exorcist. But and then she breaks free, and then she goes to kill that little girl that's in the floor there, and Ed like stops. Ed and Lauren stop it from happening, and Laureen's like, remember back to like this previous scene in the film near the first, where they first meet the Laurens, when they first meet the Laurens, and anyways, it was like a great memory that Carolyn had. And so basically, Lauren is like telling her to remember back to that day, and it does help. And anyway, so they end up getting the exorcism done, and it seems like everything's fine. And Ed adds the haunted music box from the parents' home to their home of cursed artifacts that they have collected from the past cases. As he leaves, the music box starts playing on its own. Yeah, they have this room in their house with all this cursed artifact objects that they take from each case. It's like, holy fuck, man. I wouldn't want any of that shit in my fucking house, man. No fucking way, man. Fuck no. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, the cast is great. Yeah, I like them all. The acting was very well done, I find. Yeah. The characters, I liked all the characters in this film. I liked them all. Yeah, Laureen, she was great. Patrick Wilson as Ed Warren, he was great. Lily Taylor as Carolyn Perrin, she was great. Ron Livingston as Roger Perrin, Carolyn's husband. He was good too. The kids in the film are all great. Andrea, Nancy, and Christine, and Sydney. They're all great. Who else? Brad, I think his name was. He was fine. Anyways, yeah, the characters are all fine, and the cast was great. They're all good. Yeah, they work all very well with each other, and their chemistry online or on-screen chemistry works very well for each character. I find it's great. Yeah, so producer Tony DeRosa Grun wrote the original treatment and titled the project The Conjuring. For nearly 14 years, he tried to get the movie made without any success. He landed a deal to make the movie at Gold Circle Films, the production company behind The Haunted in Connecticut, but contract could not be finalized and the deal was dropped. DeRosa Grun allied with producer Peter Safran and Sibylline writers Chad and Carrie W. Hayes were brought on board to refine the script using DeRosa Grun's treatment and the Ed Warren tape, and the Hayes brothers changed the story's point of view from the Perrin family to the Warrens. The brothers interviewed Laureen Warren many times over the phone to clarify details. And by mid-2009, the property became the subject of a six-studio bid and more that landed the film at Summit Entertainment. However, DeRosa Grun and Summit could not conclude the transaction, and the film went into turnaround. DeRosa Grun reconnected with the New Line Cinema, and who had lost the original bid and more, but who ultimately picked up the film on November 11th, 2009. A deal was made between New Line Cinema and DeRosa Grun's Evergreen Media Group. So yeah, pre-production began in early 2011, and with reports surfacing in early June that James Wan was in talks to direct the film. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, the technical elements in this film, I mean, the music's good. It's great. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, uh, the storyline's good. It's good. And it is good paced. They do build it up. Yeah, I find James Wan is good at doing that. He's a good director. I find I like James Wan. Um, yeah, the sound in this film, it was good. Yeah, I like the sound in it. The film, they made it look like it's like supposed to be set in the 70s, so in the 60s. So it looks good. I like it. I like that. Yeah, they did a good job with that. Um, yeah. Uh, I mean, the makeup effects are pretty decent. Um, and some of the practical effects were good. I mean that it's nothing like too awesome, but I mean it is good. Like there's a couple scenes where you just see things getting thrown around, or like that girl's getting pulled by her hair, and
Nancy?
yeah, I mean, and then that one scene where Carolyn and that witch. I mean, those makeup effects were practical effects were good. Like I liked them. Nothing amazing, but it's good. Like yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, do I recommend this movie? I do. Yeah, I recommend this movie for sure. Um, yeah, the other ones. I mean, the second one's good. I like the second one. Um, yeah, the nuns in that in the second one. So I mean, yeah, I like this. Second one's freaky too. I like it. And then the other ones not so much. Um, I find they start going down after the second one. And that's kind of like the Insidious films. I like the first Insidious film by James Wan, and then the second one's alright. Um, but yeah, yeah, the second one's pretty good too. Just yeah, and then they start going downhill too. So yeah, the overall success of this film, it was a $20 million budget, pretty big budget, and but it made $319.5 million. Not as good as The Exorcist, but it still did good. Like that's awesome. It made its money way back and more, man. Like yeah, like $319.5 million is fucking pretty fucking damn good, man. Yeah. So what would I rank this film? I give it a 9. Yeah, I give it a 9. Like it is a good movie. It's not like one of my favorite movies or anything, but I mean it is a good movie. Um, yeah, so that's my review for The Conjuring. Um, what else do I got? Anything coming up next? Just be on the lookout for more live streams. I'm gonna be going through a lot of live streams coming up. A lot of good spooky horror films during the month of October. All right. Yeah. So please subscribe and like, and feel like if you want to share, then share. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.